it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out. Cause it's a war on the real, baby, look outside. A war on the real, baby, look out.
White people, white people, white people. Me saying it that way, somebody who's white's gonna get insulted. I'm a black man saying white people. Why am I saying white people? What would the world be like without white people? What really, what would the world be like without white people? This is a conversation that I'm having with my black brothers and sisters, and there's going to be somebody white pushing their nose up in it. They're going to say this is hate talk. No, I'm just talking. I'm just speaking. I'm just asking, what would the world be like without white people, right? I mean, they think the same thing about black folks, and they take some action. Like, what would the world be like without black people? Let's go kill them. Let's go lynch them. Let's go harvest their organs so we can live longer and kill them. They're missing. We have their communities in the neighborhoods built near toxic dumps. We do stupid little white people things. We micromanage them on jobs. We harass them. We speak to them condescending, when half the time they're probably more intelligent and more educated than we are because we're white people. No, but really, that probably caught your attention. But I wanted to speak about a video that I received from a dear friend. There's always a dear friend, right? That's only who I communicate with. I don't hang out with enemies. But in that video, it spoke about how Caucasians in general, many, I'm not going to say specific, but they're starting to embrace African culture and spirituality as their own. Like, they can't have anything hidden from them. They can't stand to see someone have something of their own that they can't go and claim as their own. Isn't that something? They always, for example, you have those who are the spiritual men up in the mountains, theoretically, out here in the motherland in different countries. You've seen these videos before. They will go and travel far and wide and come into the motherland and go way up in the mountains, a lot of places where we wouldn't even go. I ain't going up there, man. I saw some snakes up there, man. The mosquitoes will kill you. Ain't no chicken spot up there. But some of these white folks, when they want to see what we do, they will go far and wide and bring their cameras and indulge themselves in the deepest and most powerful African spiritual ceremonies and come out like a badge of honor and come tell you about it. Or don't tell you about it and feel as though it's theirs. See, they give you Christianity that they don't believe in, or they don't take to that, but they give it to you and stress certain things. Thou shalt not kill. Turn the other cheek. And they're all over the planet killing, and they ain't turning the other cheek. The only cheeks they turning up or turning to the side are the cheeks of their backside, pulling it open to do all types of things back there. And usually it's not the normal things. Ask some of them rainbow boys, some of them soy boys. But it's something. Now in the same video, it was a young lady from the motherland. I didn't know what country she was from, but it doesn't matter because we're all one. And she said that she saw this woman, and she showed a video of the woman with these bones. They were too big to be chicken bones, but they were some kind of bones that she was throwing down like tarot cards. And people were asking a question. She's throwing the bones down. Well, see, this fell down in the formation of a letter M, and M means mother. Is your mother alive? Well, you're supposed to have the powers. You should know. And the lady said, yeah. Well, your mother, she's going to have an illness soon. So if you take care of her and make sure she's rested and fed, it could offset it. Whatever. These people, it's like they're formless. And they wanted to get up in everybody's thing to feel as though they have some life, even though they don't have a soul. And if you let these people permeate our culture and our spiritual practices that you don't want to embrace, they will take it over and use it against you, or think they can use it against you. But if you're in your reduced state, there's no way you're going to vibrate at the fullest. And I find it funny that so many of us, black people all over the world, don't even want to know about our original real culture. All you want to hold on to is what the oppressor told you about yourself, which is not the truth. Back in the day, we didn't learn anything about black folks, African folks, except that it seemed like history started at slavery. So that gave the psychological one-up to those who are not black, because they can talk about their forefathers and different things. Oh, but you blacks, y'all were slaves. That's what they would say. But I knew better because my father and mother raised me better. But there are a lot of young black kids that don't know any better. They're learning now. They're learning more on Instagram and TikTok and daggone Facebook and YouTube shorts about our history from these little snippets of interviews that are going around. So I could imagine how the oppressive school system and their teachers have to skirt around that, because there are things, honestly, that I did not even know that I'm learning now or learned within the last few years, on top of what I was taught before. So why the hidden knowledge? And why are they going all over and hijacking our culture, the ancient culture that we have that goes back so far beyond their existence here in the last few thousand years? But they ain't going to tell you that. They're going to make it seem like they were right all up with it. Back in the days, in the late 50s, early 60s, they'd have their biblical characters in movie form. And it was always somebody white. But yet and still, they had these European names coming from the other parts of the world that didn't have those names. Made you wonder, right? It really made you wonder. So these people, you can't trust anything they say. But now that they see us, and many of us having a quickening of the spirit to want to know who we are, you know, they have to hurry up and try to hijack that. Talking about on that video, oh, they want to contact their ancestors. See, when we talk like that, they get scared because they know that we have a spiritual propensity that we haven't tapped into yet. And they don't want us to learn that. They don't mind if we wear the dashikis. They don't mind if we wear the afros. They don't mind if we wear the ankhs and talk the talk. As long as we're still hooked up into the European way of thinking, it's all right with them because it's only superficial. But when they see us really and truly get away from them, don't want nothing to do with them, to embrace ourselves, and they even alienate, I don't mean to sound so harsh, but when we realize what's what, we want to not have anything to do with those things that wasted our time. Like the last 4 days, this is the 5th day, but the last 4 days, I did not leave this place. Didn't go outside. Something was talking to me in my spirit, and I submitted to it, and I'm the better for it. My sleep hours were off. The other morning, I went to bed just before 9 o'clock in the morning. You understand? So I have the time now to allow myself to go into these places and to let whatever's talking to my spirit talk to my spirit. Away from the noise, away from the static, away from the chaos. You see, many of us don't have that luxury. Many of us don't think it is a luxury because we keep our heads clogged up with the foolishness that's put out online and on TV and our friends talking about things that are not important. But then you got these white folks who are embracing African spirituality and their ancestors. Imagine that. I remember seeing a documentary where this white man was narrating a video about different curiosities in Africa, different wonders of the world that come from Africa. And all through the whole thing, he was, yes, and our ancestors did this, and our ancestors did that, and you don't catch that? They're slowly but surely putting themselves in your position, a position that most of us reject. because we've been taught that it's bad. They speak, or they spoke of the higher spiritual practices and told you that it was bad and it was wrong, and offered you up Christianity, which many will say is our book, but it's not our book as much because they tampered with it. But we run away from African spirituality, the true thing, the good thing, not the evil thing, because we need to define what it is, because a lot of people talk African spirituality, but it's really something evil for those who practice evil. But they figure you'll think it's all good. A lot of it is good if you do it good. And you have that spirit, you're pursuing it that way. The connectedness to the earth, the connectedness to the rain and the clouds, the connectedness to nature. Yes, that part is good. But when you take that part that is good and use the power in it for something bad to go against somebody, and then you want to turn around and say, that's African spirituality. That's evil. That's evil. I'm not saying all of it is. I'm saying how you use it is evil. I know people here who've been trying to do things to me that don't work because they're evil. Nothing works when you're evil. If I did something to you, then I'm open for that. It can happen to me to correct the situation. But you have people who are driven by jealousy and envy, sociopathic, narcissistic people who don't want you to see, or don't want to see you thrive. So they go do their rituals and they go mess with your pots and pans if they can and do little things to you. How stupid can you be? Never once were they ever spiritual in their life, and they come out here and want to act a fool. Some of us are so twisted. But the white folks that are trying to hijack your identity will go and learn all of it after telling you, oh, that ain't no good, it's evil. It's a good thing when it's a connectedness to nature. It's a bad thing when you take it, the power in it, and attempt to do away with somebody who you just don't like. And in actuality, all that stuff comes back to you, and you have chaos and drama in your life. And that person who you trying to do these things to is just having a smooth existence, and you help to make it smoother. Fool, keep on doing it. But these Caucasians who hijack our stuff, you need to know your stuff. You need to connect back with it. They can't do nothing with it in actuality, because they're just trying to fit themselves in because they realize their time is over. So they're trying to grab on to everything and claim everything. My ancestors. Well, you claiming our ancestors, but yet and still the children of those ancestors you've killed and raped and robbed and destroyed and just twisted around. But you're going to go claim the ancestors. You was a damn fool. Imagine that. Imagine you got grandkids playing out in your front yard, and somebody comes and cuts their heads off, and then comes to you as a grandparent and says, oh, we should get together and get to know each other in love. Well, look what you did to my grandchild. How you going to come to me like that when you've been doing it to my offspring? The same thing with the powers that be in this universe that they know are very powerful, and they don't want you to connect back with it. Oh, stay away. That voodoo, that hoodoo, that juju. There are elements that you can use in it to protect yourself, yes. But again, like I say, those who play around with it, who are trying to do something to somebody that never did nothing to them, it don't work. When you're trying to just be evil with it, it don't work. When you're minding your business and you're trying to live progressive and trying to bring about peace, trust me, when people mess with you, you all know what to do. But this is what they want to hijack. They don't want to see you have anything. Because, see, they scared of it. It's the final frontier. And they say, if I can get involved in this and know about it and connect myself to it, it's never going to happen, white people. It's never going to happen. It's not yours. See, do you think that you can come to, look, if I know I got a couple of children and they're black, And some little white boy, some little white girl, hi, daddy. I'm like, who are you? I don't know you. You didn't come from me. See? It's the same thing. They're delusional. These are the same people who want to change their sex and really believe that they are a woman when they were once a man. They really believe this and play pretend. And women who think they're men, hormones and little physical alterations. But guess what? When it's time to transition and you have to leave that hormone-laced costume alone with your man bones, you ain't changing that. Big feet, big hands, big Adam's apple, big head. You ain't changing that. Who wants something looking like that? You are not a womb man. You a man. You could never be a womb man bringing in life. And they trying so hard to do that, and it ain't going to work out. You ain't a woman having periods every month. You jump in and just think you can make a couple of alterations on your body and they call you a woman. And you insult the woman who has to go through a period every month and have eggs and go through and bring life and labor and morning sickness and all this stuff. And you want to slide on that. Yes, I'm a woman too. No, you're not. You're delusional. You're delusional with everything. That's why I said white people, boy. They're the most mixed up, disconnected people on the face of the earth. And then nature don't like them. That's why their numbers are going down. Their birth rates are going down. Nature said, you done raised enough hell and you on your way out. And then a damn thing you can do. And the more you kill off black people and do these weird experiments and have that hate in your heart and feel entitled to what they have as well as what you have, it's a big world for all of us. You see, you don't realize. The more you have this hate and venom in your heart, and you can say, I didn't do anything to them, but you have that hate in your heart, nature is wiping you out because of that. We don't have to do anything to you. You've already cemented that. The universe sees that. Nature sees that. The sun wants to burn you. You're making these GMO foods and trying to feed them to us, and you want to keep the best for yourself. You're going to kill yourself off because you can't whip creation. You're not the creator. You are the created. And what an inferior version of something created, because you can't stand up to this earth. This earth, this planet is going to have the final say so. So you can try to connect yourself with our spiritual connection, with our ancestors, but you're only alerting them to get rid of you because you're a bastard child when it comes to trying to adhere yourself and join on with this earth. If you just sit down and be quiet somewhere, instead of trying to take everything over and destroy whole nations and just mess it up wherever you go, white people, you might have a chance to stay as a guest on this planet. And at best, that's all you can be. You think I'm lying? Talk to nature. Look at your fertility rates. You're a guest and your time here is about to expire, just like when you pay for 2 days in a hotel, 3 days in a hotel. At the end of the 3 days, you hear that knock on the door. Time to check out. Well, guess what? It's time to check out. And if you ask me, I ain't mad at it. Go on and do your work, Earth. Go on and cleanse on anything that ain't right. And you know what? There's a lot of us that follow behind them who can get wiped out too. So all of y'all who feel the same way about us and don't want to know your culture and know who you are and be proud of who you are, y'all can go too. Because you talk about out both sides of the corner of your mouth, oh yes, God this, God that, and I love God and God. But why are you bleaching your skin if you love God and God made you in his image, but you don't believe God made you in his image, so you want to improve on it with your sick mind? Want to get that nose job, want to bleach, want to wear that weave. You want to appear to be everything else that you're not. And you scrambling your brains because you're delusional just like the oppressor. Don't get me started. And I hope I insulted somebody with this one, because it's the damn truth. Much love to you all. LanceScurv out. Leave your comments and let's talk about it. Let's see who's pissed. Oh, and white people, I invite you. You always watch me. I invite you to come on in and leave your comments too, so I can steamroll you. Peace.
Make sure to check out the boldest blog at LanceScurv.com and follow Scurv on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube under LanceScurv.